André Lasouque, a member of the American OSS, was a French resistance fighter. In 1944, he was 63 years old. He fought in the final battle for Paris. Today, he is a recognized artist living in New York City.
Pendant la Première Guerre, in the First World War, I was wounded 3 times. In the Second War, they almost wouldn't take me because of my age.
Heinz Gunther was a sergeant in the German Wehrmacht. In 1944, he too fought in the Battle for Paris. A seasoned 2-year veteran at only 18 years of age. Today, he is a foreman of an industrial paint shop in Southern California.
Ich war noch sehr jung, als ich nach Frankreich kam. When I arrived in France, I was quite young. Like every soldier, I looked forward to spending a few days on leave in Paris. I had always heard about Paris, and now I was going to see it. But it left me with a memory I shall never forget.
In the turbulent streets of Paris, the lives of Heinz Gunther and André Lasouque came together for a brief moment. 2 fighting men, one German, one Frenchman, relived that moment in history. I'm Jim Bishop. I want you to see some sketches made by André Lasouque, a man who fought in the Battle for Paris. When the street fighting was over, he drew these sharp impressions. In August 1944, 3 forces want Paris. The Germans, who have been there 4 years, the Allies, who are beating their way toward the city from Normandy, and the French underground. Militarily, Paris is an open city. In a few days, it will be open for ambush, for vengeance, for slaughter. On the 14th of June, 1940, the Germans triumphantly march into Paris. The swastika atop the Eiffel Tower casts a dark shadow over the beaten French and their city of light. Playground for the German military. The Germans have strict orders for correct behavior. wine becomes scarce. Curfews are set up and a strict form of rationing goes into effect. Transportation becomes a problem as gasoline is unavailable. Parisians take to their bicycles. The Parisians become aloof. Whenever mention is made of the Germans, they invariably reply, "What Germans?" England, 1944. The Allies are preparing for the liberation of Europe. One man who will participate in this effort is Henri Le Suc. Turned down several times by the services because of age, he is now a member of the OSS, the American Espionage Organization.
I am trained in the art of self-defense and other nice things, such as pickpocketing, opening safes, breaking doors, and killing people without using anything more than my bare hands. We are taught to kill and steal and how to avoid being trailed. British ex-cons are giving us lessons. We are learning everything crooked from A to Z. We are chosen for this work because we are honest men. A crook will sell anything, even his country. But an honest man will do whatever he has to do for his country alone and nothing else. They told me I was going to parachute. Since I am the oldest man, I must set the example and go first. Jumping is an extraordinary sensation. Jumping is decidedly a negative art. My assignment is to help coordinate the different elements of the underground. I am in France at last, and it is quite an experience. Paris looks the same, but the people of Paris seem to be stunned.
By 1944, the liberty-loving French answer the German occupation with a swelling underground resistance movement. Although divided politically, the four major groups, Gaullists, FFI, the Maquis, and the Communists, are of one mind in their opposition to the German occupiers.
At the beginning, the underground did not know one another. As a matter of fact, they still don't know anybody's right name. It is always Henri, Charles, Georges. This is best. If the Germans catch you, you can't tell what you know. If you know nothing, you tell nothing. I have taught a group how to use plastic explosives. Once a week, we leave the city to blow up a bridge or a train. I am delighted with these exciting moments.
Anticipating the forthcoming invasion, the Germans are digging in and reinforcing the Atlantic wall defenses along the northern coast of France. One man, a paratrooper attached to the Panzer Division, is Sergeant Heinz Gunther.
We are told that invasion is impossible, but we have the feeling that something is going on. There are many rumors in the air. We are just not sure what it's all about. It is true. The Allies had landed. They have landed on a beach about 20 miles from us. There's much fighting now, and they are pushing us back. It is hell. They are shooting all around us. We are not certain about what is going on. We have lost a lot of soldiers. There isn't much left of our company. We have been ordered back to Paris to take a rest. I am very happy. I like Paris.
We can believe the Allies have really landed on French soil. Our hearts are in our mouth until we know definitely that the Americans are advancing. The Germans only briefly mention it in the newspapers.
Paris still appears peaceful, yet 4 years of oppression, 4 years of slavery, 4 years of hatred explode. July 14th, Bastille Day. For the first time in 4 years of occupation, tricolored flags are seen throughout the city.
I was given a new assignment. It is to patrol the streets by truck. I like the city, but you have got to be careful of some of the French people, because they have rifles and machine guns hidden away.
On August 14th, General Dietrich von Scholtitz is sent from Normandy to take command of the German forces in Paris. The first order from Hitler states, Paris is to lose its character as a soft haven immediately. All unnecessary personnel are to leave right away for the front. On August 15th, a general strike is called by the resistance. Several thousand police and railway workers join in. Civil authority breaks down.
The Allies are nearing Paris. Frenchmen are appearing on the streets, showing their whole enthusiasm and happiness. All the police are on strike. The metro has stopped running. Barricades are being constructed on some of the street corners. Most of my men are young, some in their teens. I am the oldest. They call me the old one. I don't mind. Age doesn't matter in this type of war. We are ready to fight and harass the Boche the best way we can. We are trying to liberate Paris by ourselves. But the Germans are all over the place and we have little to fight with. Every time a German is killed or taken prisoner, it means more arms for us. If we are caught, we will be put against the wall and shot in 5 minutes.
I keep busy patrolling the streets. We want to leave town, but the French won't let us. Paris is all mixed up.
Strategic sections of the city fall into the hands of the French. Von Scholtitz confers with civil authorities and entreats them to maintain order in the city, safeguard the lives of his troops, and above all, preserve what he truly believes is the cultural center of Europe. On Sunday, August 20th, with the help of the Swedish consul, a truce agreement is reached between von Scholtitz and the resistance leaders. Both sides agreed to an immediate ceasefire and to hold present positions. The Germans may continue to evacuate, but must avoid the center of the city. The streets of Paris are again turned into a shooting gallery. On this day, von Scholtitz receives his final order from Hitler. Defend Paris to the last man. Reduce her to a heap of ruins, and if necessary, be prepared to die yourself and be buried under them.
We ask them the way out of town. They tell us the way that is wrong. And we run right into another barricade. The French fire us from behind windows and doors. I'm not afraid of the American soldier. It is the French I am afraid of. The Americans didn't see us leaving. we do but run away. The Americans had 10 tanks and we had 1 truck.
Leclerc and Patton deploy their troops to surround the city. Later in the day, in order to ease the tension of the anxious Parisians, a small detachment of Leclerc's tanks enter the city. Of Hitler's orders, General von Scholten surrenders the Paris he loves and has helped to keep alive.
The news that the surrender is being approved is all over the place. Everybody is happy. Mon Dieu, it is something. Everybody is bringing out the wine they have been hiding for so long. It is a scene I shall never forget for as long as I live. It is fantastic.
Is later honored with a Silver Star, and the war will end quietly for him in his beloved Paris. Sergeant Heinz Gunther is captured by the Americans in Belgium later in the year. The battle for Paris has ended, and the greatest city in a great nation is reborn.